Hi, and welcome to my little corner of the universe that is the internet, which is infinite. Today we will be talking about the Mandela Effect, infinity, the multiverse, and memory. Not necessarily in that order. So stick around to see how it goes. So, infinity. It's a very good place to start. Is infinity a real number? Does it even exist? I remember when I was a little girl, you would get into fights with your little friends, and then I would say la la la, and they would say la la la, and I would say la 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 infinity, and they would say la 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 infinity plus one, and then my face would go like this. Because I got very confused. How do you add one to infinity? Because it means that you either hadn't had infinity before, or it gets absorbed, that one gets absorbed. So, needless to say, I didn't have many friends. But if you were my friend back then, thank you. And I guess if you're my friend now, thank you too, because you put up with a lot, and I recognize that. The other time, as a little kid, when I seriously considered infinity, was when somebody told me that I'm not the center of the universe. And I would disagree, because if the universe is infinite, I am the center of the universe. And I'm not special. You're the center of the universe too, if the universe is infinite. Because everywhere is the center of the universe if the universe is infinite, and if infinity actually exists. But infinity leads us on to the multiverse. Now, if the universe is infinite, and infinity exists, then the multiverse is in fact possible. The multiverse that goes everything, every version of yourself. There's different multiverse theories, but leading to the Mandela Effect, the multiverse theory we're going to be concentrating on is the one that every decision that's ever been made in the entire concept of time-space has already happened and will happen and been happening, and that there's a different universe that goes on from there. And that is only possible if, in fact, the universe is infinite. Because otherwise, there's just not enough room for all of that. Not enough room. But if there is enough room, and all of that is possible, then we can have different timelines for everything. There can be a timeline where I am a multiple lottery winner, where my cat gets steak for every meal, where Liverpool have won absolutely everything all the time. That is great. But there could also be a total series of universes where bad things have happened, where I'm in prison, where I'm stuck broken down on a road. But you get the point. Every decision that could have happened has already happened, will already happen, and is out there. The hippie theories now is that you can jump from these things, but we don't even know that these things exist because we don't know if infinity is real, like if the universe is infinite. But if it is infinite, then we very well may be able to do that. Which leads us to the Mandela Effect, because the theory behind the Mandela Effect is that we somehow cross timelines. Like, it was developed when somebody thought that Nelson Mandela had actually died, but it turns out he hadn't, and then the funeral happened and a bunch of people got confused. That's the short version. But what really affected me was the Berenstein Bears thing. Yes, it is Berenstein. Berenstein, not Berenstain, Berenstein. Yes, but apparently in this timeline, it's Berenstain Bears. And there's a bunch of other examples. If you wanted to go to YouTube and watch examples on the Mandela Effect, then you will find a ton more, some of which you agree with, some of which you don't. But apparently that happens because we have crossed universes. Because the universe might be infinite and there might be an infinite number of universes that we could cross into. Berenstein. I belong in the Berenstein universe. I don't know how much to tell you that. Berenstein. However, what's probably happening is a misgroup memory. Like, memory is totally fallible. And group memory is totally fallible. And all it takes is a itty bitty bit of suggestion. And how would you say that? Like, if you were to go to some old friends and invent a memory, you know, oh, you remember that time that Bob ordered pineapple on pizza and we were like, ew? And then just leave it at that. Don't like try to drill it into anybody's head or anything, but you're a bunch with a group of old friends. And then at some point in the future, like a couple months, couple years later, bring up Bob and the pineapple pizza, or just bring up pineapple pizza, and somebody will have the memory of Bob ordering it. And then that memory will spread, and that memory will spread. And that's how, basically, group mismemories happen. Unless the universe really is infinite, in which case we cross timelines. But you can't really say that sometimes. But yes, you can, because the universe is really big. The other thing with memory is you can actually change time. You don't have to go change your timeline. You can just use your little memory. And you want to know how to do that? I'm going to show you. You can just think of something. Think of a time. I'm going to think of going running. And then I'm going to conjure a feeling with going, like I'm going to just focus on being happy. I'm going to focus on being happy. I'm going to remember a time when I went running and focus on being like the feeling of happy and put those two together and then put them away. And then I can do that again. I can focus on feeling happy and recalling the memory of going running. And if I do that multiple times, I can look back on running and have a happy experience. And that's how you can change time. You can change the past. You can change your thoughts on the past. You can change other people's thoughts on the past. You can change what really happened. You don't have to jump timelines. But if the universe is infinite and you can, where would you jump to? Where would you go? What would you do? I kind of like the multiple lottery winner thing. Or a viral video. Your videos went viral, Katherine. That would be great. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, it's much appreciated.